The Nubians are mostly known as an economic nation, as most of their powers are not military related. But what if I told you that I've come up with a strategy that will allow you to perform perhaps the fastest rush in Nomad? Before anything, I want to mention that rush in this context means you, the aggressor, need to be in H2 in order to reduce and capture a city, as this is the rule in tournament games currently. Now with that out of the way, let's see the build order. We begin the game by building a city, then placing a market and a woodcutter's camp. It is important to look around for rares and use them as soon as possible, but if you don't have any good rares close by, it's better to buy 100 wood for quicker farms. The best rares for this strategy are the following: sugar, diamonds, bison, silk, furs, silver, cotton, salt, amber and wool. Other than these rares, anything that gives you gold or food is good enough. Now the next goal is to get 70 food and 70 wood income and aim for Commerce 1 research. At this point, I'm gonna have to separate the build for two different scenarios. Since we usually play on random land map, I will talk about maps that contain water and maps that don't. Let's start with the water maps. On a water map, fish is an amazing support for economy as they give both food and gold. This allows to get 100 food income without having to research Civic 1 and building a second city. So after researching Commerce 1, we build a dock and make 3 to 5 fishermen. Depending on the rares, we should have around 60 to 80 gold income at this point. The more gold we have, the better, because we can use the very good market prices to buy food and research military level 1. Then we build a barracks, preferably in a spot where opponents can't find it easily. Keep buying food and start queuing hoplites. Don't queue too many, because the aim is to go to H2 as soon as possible. As soon as you have the food, click Classical Age, and on the way up, keep queuing hoplites. The goal is to have 5 to 6 hoplites ready for the rush. While we wait for Classical Age, we also need to build a tower. This is a prerequisite for the militia research, which we will do as soon as we hit Classical Age. Now, this step is optional, but it can help to build the stables and make 2 light horses against enemy archers. As soon as you have the hoplites, the militia and horses ready, bring everything you have and attack the enemy city. While moving out, research phalanx upgrade if you can afford it, but it's optional. While doing the rush, try to buy some more food and infinite queue villagers at home. Alright, now let's see the version for pure land maps. Unless you have a perfect combination of rares, it will be difficult to get 100 food income without a second city, so after Commerce 1, our next step is Civic 1. The fact that we build a second city will not alert the opponents of the incoming rush, because normally you build a second city early on anyway. Now the goal is getting to 100 food, 100 wood income and get gold income as high as possible by using gold rares. If you have excess wood, you can sell it. Buy food and research military level 1. Build a barracks and start queuing hoplites, as well as clicking up to Classical Age as soon as possible, while using the market to its fullest. Science 1 is recommended to be skipped. In this game I researched it, but it only slowed me down a bit. The rest is pretty much the same as in the water map version. On the way up, we build a tower and keep making hoplites. Then research militia, build a stable for 2 light horses and go ham. The rush part is over, now comes the more difficult part of having to decide what comes next. Depending on how much damage you cause to the opponent, you might have to add more units and keep up the aggression, or hold back and switch to a complete boom mode. This entirely depends on the situation, so I can't give one good answer. That's all I have to say about this one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.